other people's expectations should not dictate your future. That's the key tip and the takeaway here. You've got to connect to your purpose.
Yeah.
And that comes back to defining what your purpose is. You know, what is the ultimate destination and the use for the money that you're earning? I mean, obviously, it's different when you're in college, right? I mean, but there has got to be a balance on what you're buying for today and what you're saving for tomorrow.
But a lot of times what can keep us from focusing on that purpose and connecting to it is that we feel like we've made a lot of mistakes, right? We feel like our past is dragging us down, and we think that it somehow disqualifies us, right, for having that purpose and pursuing that purpose that we want.
Yeah, but your past really does not have to dictate your future. Determine who you want to be and determine to move forward based on that future, not based on your past.
I think it's important to point out most of the folks we work with, they hail from humble beginnings.
Oh, yeah.
And some weren't even that lucky. And you think about, I think about the books that have been written about what the typical millionaire in this country looks like. There have been several going back 25 years, right? The Millionaire Next Door, I think, was written in the 90s. I read that book, and then Chris Hogan had one out not that long ago, Everyday Millionaire. Read that one. Really, not much has changed on how people accumulate wealth in this country. So if you think that $1 million net worth is only for the people who inherited that or were given that, that's not the truth. The surveys will show that most people hail from humble beginnings. They just have to connect to their purpose, and their purpose was to build wealth for financial independence.
Yeah, it's a slow and steady race of good decisions built upon other good decisions over a long period of time. And if you continue to do that, whether it is paying down what debt you do have, building up savings, building up assets for retirement, there are not very many people who are overnight millionaires. You know, they got a lottery ticket and it was the one, and there they are.
Right.
It is slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah, and and professionals will say, professionals in the financial industry will tell of how behavioral finance, right? It's and just finance in general, going back to the point of the everyday millionaire, that it's 80 to 90% behavioral, right, and 10 to 20% financial. So it's really focusing on those everyday tasks and making sure that you're making those day-to-day wise decisions in your money.
Going back to Maui in our movie, right? It was his behavior. It was his emotions that led to his behavior that he made a huge mistake. And that's the same in the financial world, in our personal financial world, that it's the emotions that take over, the behavior that we choose to engage in. That's what can lead to the mistakes. Want more content like this delivered to your inbox weekly? Visit fastest4.com to learn more.